wasted, right?
Okay.
So,
Should
ladies and gentlemen.
Should I look at you or the?
Whatever you feel like looking at. This is your world right now.
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of Romance and Banter. Actually, he's a little bit tall, so we got to go up here for him. This is Jeff the Unicorn. That's right, Jeff the Unicorn. Now, he's one of my favorite magicians, only in part because I named him. But go ahead and just sort of introduce yourself and tell us a bit about you.
Yeah, my name is Jeff Thompson, also known as the Unicorn here at Illusion Magic Lounge. Because of one, I learned a lesson where if someone asks if you have a stage name and you want to be introduced, you should have one.
Yes.
Or else they will choose one for you.
Yes, they will.
But I'm the last of my kind. I've been doing magic for almost 2 decades now, which is crazy to think about.
Yep.
And I perform here at Illusion Magic Lounge and the Magic Castle in around LA.
Boom. So that's who he is now. As I'm about to go on strike, I don't know if you know about the whole thing, why I'm leaving and all of that. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm going to London first, and then after London, we're going to see where I move after that. But I will not be coming back to the United States.
Oh, no.
So if you did want, it's the last time we're ever going to see each other possibly. So if you did have one thing that you wanted to impart on the people, on me, or just anyone who sees this video, what would it be?
If I had one thing to impart, is always be curious. I think if you ask more questions about things rather than going with your own preferences or your first thoughts, you'll end up in a better place. You'll discover things that you didn't even know could be discovered. You may go somewhere thinking it's going to be one thing, but maybe you meet someone, maybe you talk to someone about something else entirely. So always keep your mind and horizons open.
Fantastic. What is the scariest part about being someone who tries to make something work freelance, or something that's not necessarily a guaranteed, right? But you're choosing to learn a skill that's not necessarily a trade that in a sort of traditional sense, but still very much so a craft, something that you hone. What is it like sort of trying to use that to sustain yourself and turn it into something that's actually bigger than just a hobby?
Yeah, I think the main, at least for me, one thing that I really had to learn was valuing your own confidence in yourself. I think especially for something like freelance or things like that, it's so easy to say yes to anything without understanding your value, or you're so worried about, not getting paid or something like that, then you end up doing things that you know that you're worth more about. So being able to not only be confident in yourself, but be confident in your own confidence. Have something that's not shakeable in that regard.
That's wonderful. That's really good advice. Do you have any closing remarks that you'd like to impart on anybody before we shut this down and you get out of here?
My closing words is that one has been the best. I think if you can be someone that other people look forward to hanging around, if you can be someone who will always drive a conversation or create dialogue or just like create experiences that people will remember you for, I think you're going to be okay. And I know, especially with one, that you'll be just fine in that regard, man. It's been great.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I mean, same to you. I mean, it's always been a pleasure anytime you come in here, just looking at you and sort of watching you embrace the unicorn name and sort of just be like, this is just part of it. I'm just going to let it be what it is. It's always been awesome. I think a lot of people, they sort of end up in that moment and they're not able to just sort of be like, this is a funny, like, enjoyable moment. So major props to you for sort of being someone who can enjoy it. And I appreciate you, man. I'm going to miss this place for the people, not for the place at all, but for the people. And you're definitely one of the people that made this place what it is. So thank you very much. And you've been here for another episode of Romance and I'm going to steal this off you because I'm going to go get Jack Dagger. But yeah, man, appreciate you. Appreciate you kindly.
Of course, man.
All right, we're going to go get Jack now. And we'll be right back. Jack. Dagger.
Yeah.
Can I get you for 2 seconds?
Yes, sir. Where are you?
Over here. So, as I get out of here, I'm micing you up. You're getting mic'd up. I am doing exit interviews with everybody.
Oh God.
So go ahead and you can go to the throne.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the people that really makes this place what it is specifically for me. It would not be the same without him. So go ahead and introduce yourself and a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Hey, thanks for coming to my office. Let's sit down on my throne. My name is Jack Dagger. I'm the king of fling. I'm a professional knife thrower and comedian. Not that funny. Sometimes bartender for 10 years. Took a 20-year break. Came back on an as-needed basis. And I've been here for a little while. I love it.
So honestly, the things I love most about Jack is he's one of those people that you can just talk to. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, you try and have a conversation with
Shut
them.
up.
Well, no, you feel like you try and have a conversation.
No,
you have
literally
to be
shut up.
careful about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
get you, yeah.
You have to be on your toes. But I feel like any topic in the world, you and I could sit down, we could talk about it for hours, like no matter what it is. There's been days that I've had definite bad days here, and Jack has been the one propping me up and making sure I don't just slump over to the floor.
Well, likewise. Likewise. I come in suffering or low, and I let you know, and we just sort of, we're there for each other.
Exactly. So it's been really great to have you. If you could give one piece of advice to whoever sees this, to me, as I go off on this trip, or just anyone who I come across on this trip, what would you say?
Oh gosh. Sit back and enjoy it. This is my advice to anyone who meets you. Just fucking sit down and enjoy the show. Because you have a tendency to get on a fucking roll.
I do.
And I'm like, don't stop him, he's on a roll. Because you just go off, and then you're in a manic space, and it's just beautiful. I love watching it. It can't be stopped. It can't be reasoned with. So just get on board.
Honestly, that's great advice for anyone who meets me, and also probably for myself as well, right?
Yeah,
It's just,
yeah.
I probably should just say I can't stop it and get on board a little more often and just say it is
Okay.
what it is. And
Yeah.
But no, that's really good.
We all have our manic moments, and I just wish I could get the same attention that I'm giving you when I'm at home.
I'm sure it would be nice.
Yeah.
As somebody who, and honestly one of the things I admire most about you is the way that you've been able to take something that you love to do, that a lot of people sort of do as a hobby or something that they do because it makes them feel like, oh, I'm a badass cool guy, into actually like something, and you are a badass cool guy, but for a lot more reasons than just throwing knives. But how did you manage to turn that into something that sustained you for so long, something that people know of you for, something that really defines you in a lot of ways?
Thanks for asking. I think that's a really interesting question. I saw a lot of videos of knife throwing performers before me, and they were all so damn serious.
Yeah.
They're like Job from Arrested Development. Guys, this is gonna be so dangerous. I'm like, Jesus. They take them so, it's like, it's already scary. Have fun with it. And if you can let that air out of the bag and get some people to kind of laugh and commit emotionally to what's happening on stage, when you do that first stunt, it's gonna scare the hell out of them. And that becomes a more well-rounded experience. So if I'm bringing the joy and the terror, that's like a great yin-yang kind of situation. And that's how I sort of carved out a niche in a successful career of 23, 24 years.
I like it. What did you do when things got scary, or like you weren't sure if it was going to pan out? What was your sort of your strategy or escape?
Well, during COVID, live performances disappeared in a heartbeat. And I went and worked for my friend's IT company for almost 2 years. And then I was in a car crash. I got rear-ended and had a bad concussion and dealt with symptoms for almost a year. Couldn't do IT anymore, couldn't get on a ladder, but I could do my show after a while, and they started to come back. And in hindsight, I realized how toxic it was for me to be doing that IT job where every day I had a crippling sense of incompetence. I'm hanging on by my fingertips, relying on everyone else to help me get by, and getting to do something that A, you're really fucking good at, and B, you actually love is a gift. And so I became more cognizant of that, and I'm aware every time I do a show that this is a gift, and I'm kind of living it and loving it.
All right, last question for you. Do you ever feel like that feeling of not necessarily imposter syndrome, but that fear of sort of, I guess just that fear that it's not going to work out, like the next day that it's all going to stop or it's all going to fall apart? Like, is it just sort of a strong sense of self-confidence and self-belief that you've sort of developed, or are you just sort of taking it day by day, and that's sort of how you get through it?
I think one of the secrets, quote unquote, to success as a performer is being super present. Every single show has got to be unique. You're doing the same stuff, but if you're not connecting with this audience as an entity, not these people, but it can get to that, but like as a body, then it's not gonna be successful. You've got to connect. And so you can't sit there and think, tomorrow, what's gonna happen tomorrow? Doesn't mean I don't do that. When I haven't done a show in a while, I think, fuck, am I ever gonna get to?
Right.
Or if I have another injury, I'm like, am I ever gonna be able to throw knives again? And then I start to spiral out on that. But when you can be present on that day-to-day sort of lifestyle, connecting with people around you and continue to make plans to better your career, it keeps moving forward.
Beautiful. Well, thank you very much, Jack, for just everything in general.
Back at you, yeah.
Once these things, this is sort of the prologue phase, and I'm going to start putting out high-produced videos very soon, and I'll send those over to you, and hopefully you'll keep up with my adventures. I'll keep up with your adventures.
Looking forward to it.
This won't be the last time that you're on this channel.
Oh,
At
good.
some point, I'll be getting you to actually throw something.
And we can do it remotely, too, when
Exactly,
you're traveling.
man.
Right.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to steal this from you.
Okay.
And then you're all set.
All right.
And I think we'll grab Randy super quick and get his begrudge. I'm sure he'll be very upset that we're doing this. But that's okay. That's part of the fun of it. All right. Last but not least, we have Monsieur Randy. This is Mr. Randy. He is the proprietor of Illusion Magic Lounge. This has been the place that has been my home for the past 2 years now.
Year and a half,
Year and a half, 2 years, I think, yeah.
yeah, year and a, yeah, like
Yeah.
a year and 9 months, like
Year and
yeah.
9 months. It's been a long time. But yeah, I just, I guess if you had one thing to say to anyone who's trying to carve out a community for weirdos or people who they feel like are their crowd and their people, how do you manage to create the space, make sure people show up, but also make sure that it feels like home for them?
I think a big part of it is just, it's not about like over controlling or over managing it. It's about sort of laying out the landscapes and sort of putting out like the boundaries of these are the things that we do, these are the things that we don't do, but like keeping it broad enough that there's a lot of space for people to play. Because, you know, I think when you try to like chokehold something, it kind of dies in the, you know, okay, it's a little bit too much of this. So that's like sort of the outset. And then, you know, I mean, just talk to people about it. The vision is going to evolve over time. And I don't think that that is necessarily wrong or that it was bad, but it's sort of, okay, great. As we get into it and as people contribute their, you know, personality and their skills, their talents, you know, then you find new things and you're able to articulate that vision better. And then, you know, welcome even more people in. So I think that's kind of, you know, lay the groundwork for it and then welcome people in, then, you know, continue to refine it, continue to put the work in. If someone is ruining the vibe, sometimes it's hard, but you got to be like, hey, you know what? Like, let's chat. This isn't quite for you.
Yeah.
And if someone like comes in and they absolutely see it and, you know, but they're tepid or timid, I should say, not tepid, then they'll be like, hey, you know what? Really excited to see you. Like, I want you to come back again. So that's, you're kind of editing it. You're not authoring it.
Gotcha. Okay, that's actually a great way to put it. Really sums it up there. For anyone curious about coming to see a show, we are located on 4th and Broadway in Santa Monica. Come by and see a show. James Mako is going to be in tomorrow. I highly recommend, if you ever see James Mako on the schedule or any of the other magicians, you guys met Jeff, highly recommend you guys come and see it. Other than that, this has been the Illusion Magic Lounge. Anything you'd like to say to the folks around here?
No, we'll see you all soon for a magical evening.
There you go. We'll see you all soon for Magical Evening. Thank you guys, and we'll talk to you guys later. All right, boom.